Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, all we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be updating some things about our structures. There's some things about the way we set this up that I think it's gonna be easier to deal with later on if we change some things about it. So we had a bunch of stuff set up on arrays, and I think it's just gonna be a lot easier to deal with if we change that from arrays to not arrays, like all of our array info. So yeah, we're just going to be changing a lot of this stuff up. So that way we have an easier time later. So yeah, let's just hop into it. Alright, so let's hop into our blueprints folder, structures. So we're going to open up our item info. And cool. We don't really need to do anything in here, but I'm going to go ahead and delete our base item out of the world. And let's see. So item info. So we need... just look at our consumable info, make sure we don't really need to... yeah, I think our consumable info is fine. Let's hop into our equipment info. Structure, yeah, we're going to be changing this stuff from arrays to single, so our armor info structure. Let's go ahead and open that guy up. Armor info structure. First one we need to change is our scaling info. We'll change that to a single. So let's open up our scaling info structure, and now in here, I'm just gonna pull up my references. I have some references. I think it's this one. Yeah. So what we're gonna do in here, I'm gonna call this first one scaling type 1. I'm gonna call this one scaling tier 1. And we're gonna change it. We're gonna add another variable called scaling type 2, which is going to be our scaling type enum. I'm just going to move this guy up here. I'm going to add another variable called scaling tier 2. This is going to be our scaling it's going to be our weapon scaling tier. We'll move this guy up. And now I'm just going to do a save all. Save frequently, because when you're changing things in structures, it's prone to crash because you're changing a lot of info that's passed across a bunch of different blueprints. So just be sure to save a lot. Alright, so first one, this is going to be our strength level required. Strength level required. Next one's going to be our dexterity level required. And we're going to have... oh, whoops. We want these to be integers. Change these to integers. Next one's going to be our intelligence level required. Next one's going to be our faith level required. Then next one's going to be our arcane level required. Like that. We're just going to do a save all right there. Let me just check. Yep. Alright, so in our armor info, now if you go and look, we just have all of that info now. So back here. Now we need to change our damage negation. So let's change this from an array to a single. And we'll go ahead and do a save all. And let's find our damage negation info. Also in our scaling, yeah, that should be fine. We can close that guy out. Damage negation right here. Let me just find my other reference. Yeah. So, first thing is we're just gonna delete the damage type right there. We're gonna make this physical defense. Add a variable. We're gonna add one called strike defense. Strike defense. gonna be a float. I'm gonna add one called slash defense. Slash defense. I'm gonna add one called pierce defense. Pierce defense. We're gonna add one called magic defense. Magic defense. And fire defense. Fire defense. And then lightning defense and holy defense. Lightning defense and holy defense. Like that. Go into a save all right there. And go to our armor info. Go here. We now see that we have just all of that info. Okay, so stat increase. We need to go change that one. So we can get rid of this damage negation right there. Let's go find our stat increase info. Let me go find my other reference right here. Whoops. And cool. So we're going to change it from, we're going to get rid of stat type right there. Also on stat increase on our armor info, we're going to change this to a single. We're going to go back over here, and we're just going to call this HP increase amount. HP increase amount. We're going to have FP increase amount. Be a float. Just going to go ahead and do a save all. We're going to have stamina increase amount. Stamina increase amount. I'm going to add one called equip load increase amount. Equip load increase amount. We're going to have one called poise increase amount. Poise increase amount. We're going to have discovery increase amount. Discovery increase amount. We're going to have memory increase amount. Memory increase amount. This one's going to be in integer. We're going to have one called immunity increase amount. Add variable. Immunity increase amount. I'm going to change this one to a float. We're going to have robustness increase amount. Robustness increase amount. We're going to have focus and vitality. So focus increase amount, and then vitality increase amount, like that. And that should be good. Now if you go back here and look, there's all that info, so we should be good there. So if we look at our equipment info, should be good. Now we're just going to go to our weapon info here. We're going to change that to a single. Let's just check this real quick. Yep, all of that is good. So, weapon info, let's go find that. Our armor is done. Let's do a save all right here. So, weapon info structure. We're going to change scaling info from an array to a single. That's all we should do on that one. And yeah, we just get all of that. Now, we only really need to change our damage one right here. So, just save all. Weapon damage info structure. We're going to open that guy up. We're going to delete this damage type right there. And now, let me just go find my other reference. I think it's this one. Yeah. And now we're just gonna add physical damage amount. I'm gonna add a variable called strike damage. Strike damage. Guess we could just take the amount out. And then we're gonna change this to a float. We're gonna have slash damage. Slash damage. We're gonna have pierce damage. Pierce damage. Magic damage. Magic damage. I'm gonna change fire damage. Add fire damage. And lightning damage. Lightning damage. And holy damage. So holy damage. Save that. Let's do a save all right there. Now if we go into our equipment info, we should be good. Yeah. Oh wait. Weapon info. Go to your weapon info. Change the weapon damage to a single. It's not going to be an array. Equipment info. Weapon info. Weapon info. Damage. Yeah. So, save all. Go look in our item info. And yeah, we're getting a warning, so we may want to just delete this equipment info and bring it back in. Equipment info. I'm gonna grab our equipment info structure like that. Cool. So now, yeah, we should be good. Should be good. So now we just have all this info rather than arrays. I think it's just gonna be easier to deal with. Getting all of this info when we set this info later to our, actual, to our character stats. Yeah, I think this is going to be easier to deal with. So, yeah, that's all we're going to do for this one. So, yeah, in the next one, we'll go ahead and start adding items and stuff, and so we can actually start setting some info to the items and such. But yeah, we're going to call it here for this one. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.